Hi, and welcome to another episode of Amazing Individuals, where we talk to individuals with intellectual disabilities and people that support them. Today, we're going to be talking to Jordan Schubert. He's a Special Olympian from Pennsylvania, and he also works for the Pennsylvania office as well. Hi, Jordan, and welcome to our show.
Hi, Lisa. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Um, Anytime. Can you tell our listeners where from Pennsylvania you're from?
So I live in Westchester, which is about 35, 40 minutes south of Philly. But actually, yeah, I grew up not too far from you. I used to live in Naperville.
Oh yeah. I have cousins still that live in Aurora, and then my cousin lives in Pittsburgh, and so we
That's right. I
know.
remember you telling me that. That's
Yes,
awesome.
yeah, we know the we know Pennsylvania quite a bit. So, um, how did you get involved with Special Olympics, and what sports do you compete in?
So I first got involved when I was 10 years old. My mom signed me up to play basketball with the Western DuPage Special Recreation Association and Westra. Uh, and it took me a while to get a hold of it from the start, but I really enjoyed it after a couple of seasons, winning my first gold medal my second year, and then after or, uh, or I graduated from middle school, I then started playing basketball at Nico Valley High School, and also started playing softball with Westra. Uh, and One of my favorite early memories, of course, I mentioned winning my first gold medal in my second year. It was also on my mom's birthday, which was pretty special. And and then after I moved to Pennsylvania shortly after I graduated high school. I took a year off to focus on school, but then decided to come back and continue playing basketball. Also picked up floor hockey, and one of the things I love to say about everything I've done in Special Olympics, whether it be basketball, softball, floor hockey. I also played soccer for a little bit. It's just being surrounded by great people, athletes, coaches, and their families, because really they become an extension of my own family. And that's what really gave me the confidence to go even further with my work, which I'm sure you probably have questions about. So don't want to get too ahead.
Oh no, that's okay, Jordan. I mean, yeah, I feel like like you said, I feel like Special Olympics is an extension of your family. It's like everybody's there to support people. It doesn't matter if you come in first or last. It's everybody's there to support you regardless of how you do. So
Exactly.
yeah. When did you become an athlete leader?
So that's a great question because I never really officially became an athlete leader. I kind of went in through the back door. So I actually got my start in leadership capacity with Unified Champion Schools when I was in high school. Back then, it was called Project Unify. I attended a youth summit in Nebraska during the 2010 USA Games, and that really taught me a lot about what it meant to be a leader. And and then a year later, I joined the National Youth Activation Committee for Special Olympics North America. And a couple of years after that, I got an internship at Special Olympics North America. And that summer, I attended a conference in Charlotte where I met Matt Aaron, Pennsylvania CEO. And during a dinner with the entire Pennsylvania staff, I found out about a job opening for an athlete. And I knew what a global messenger was, but I didn't know a ton beyond that about athlete leadership. And So I did some research, of course, and that's how I really tried to sell myself in the interview, and ultimately led to me getting this job. And Even though I never officially got trained in anything, one of the things I've taken a lot of great pride in is developing our own materials based on stuff that other states have developed, and as well as adding our own touch, and really and also sharing with others how they can really go above and beyond. Because I've also done, even though I never was officially trained as a goal messenger, I still gave several speeches and took some public speaking classes in high school and college. And then I've also served on some committees, which gave me, which is where I've gotten my governance skills. So those real life experiences are what really helped me in educating. I feel like over 100 athlete leaders have gone through our training sessions in the nearly 8 years I've been working for Special Olympics Pennsylvania.
Oh, that's cool. Um, so, what have you gained from that experience, or what is your most, you know, your biggest accomplishment, working, for Pennsylvania?
I think my biggest accomplishment was really sticking with something, because I did have to go through some difficulties when I first started. The person who originally hired me left 2 months after I started, so I had to deal with some transition early on. But having the right support from other staff, and then my new eventual supervisor, as well as our senior leadership team, and that really helped me, having that support, as well as the support from our local our current athlete leaders, as well as the lead volunteers from throughout the state, because it really is a team effort when it comes to athlete leadership. If everyone, your staff, athletes, their mentors, it really is an inclusive effort. And I think the biggest thing that I've gotten out of this is being able to really understand people more than anything, because I hear some athlete leaders say that help give them a voice, but I feel like with my experience, it's really taught me how to listen more than anything.
Oh, well, that's good. That's a good thing, yeah, because I think with you being an athlete, it kind of, makes people maybe feel comfortable coming to you more than coming to maybe a staff, because, they can relate to you a little bit better.
Yeah, certainly.
So, everybody needs a great support system. Who in your life is your support system?
I've been very fortunate to have so many great support systems. Most notably, of course, my parents. They've in almost anything I've done in Special Olympics, they for the most part have been there. And then also one of the things that I talked about earlier, how my teammates have really become part of my family, and more especially the basketball team that I'm a part of right now. I'm actually at the house of one of my teammates, and his dad is our coach, and I feel like we've really grown close a lot. Right before the pandemic, and one of the things I'm enjoying right now is just making up for all the lost time, and then really almost every staff member I've ever worked with in Pennsylvania has really been supportive of me and my efforts, as well as countless athlete leaders and volunteers I've worked with. So it's always, I'm very fortunate to have in anything I've done in Special Olympics to have been with such great people in any capacity.
Oh, that's good. I think, if you could give any advice to people on how to interact with people with intellectual disabilities, what would it be?
Yeah, I would say to try to treat people with intellectual disabilities no differently and you would treat yourself or others. The golden rule. And some people may need a little more or guidance, but we should all, as a society, really what we should be doing is allowing people of any kind of ability a chance to see what they can do on their own, and if they do struggle, certainly we can lift them up, but it's always about giving everybody the opportunity to show what they can't do rather than try to mask what they can't do. I think that's what's really important.
Oh, I agree. I think that, I feel like, if somebody thinks, doesn't know how to interact with us, then ask a question, or, just, and, we'd be more than likely to tell them, and then sometimes you can be surprised that, oh, you're just like me, but we just need a little bit more support. So,
Yeah, and the thing that I always laugh about is every time I tell someone about my disability, they, sometimes some people may be offended when, because I have that when I've said that at a bar. One time, someone asked me how much I had to drink, and some people may be offended. I just laugh at it because, yeah, I take it as a compliment when people see me for what I can do, not and not see me as someone with a disability.
yeah, that's kind of what I do as well. It's like, if they don't know how to interact, I kind of just, oh, they don't mean it, or I kind of laugh it off so that, and not take it personally. So, besides Special Olympics, do you have any hobbies, or any special talents?
Yeah, so I do like to cook a lot. I ex- been able to find one of the things since I've been home a lot during the pandemic. Try to find some great recipes. Is and then yeah, my parents and I have an agreement since I graduated from school to cook every Sunday. So that's really where yeah, I didn't like it at first, but now I love it even more. And when they're out of town, I try to experiment and with some recipes, which is always fun. And and I also oh, enjoy traveling and getting to be with friends and family, especially now that we can do it more, or or because one of the things that when I was invited to attend the 50th anniversary celebration in Chicago a few years ago, I made sure to say that more than anything, I wanted to. Sorry, bugs around on me. Yeah, wanted to be able to see my family in Chicago as well, especially you're seeing the not only has Special Olympics had a great impact on me, but also oh, on my cousin Sarah. It's really done a great number for her. Or she was really shy when she was little, and now she's made a ton of friends from it, and even became a goal messenger recently herself.
Yeah, I've been on some Zoom calls with Sarah, so and she seems really nice, and I can tell that, I didn't realize that, she was part of your family though, which that'll be interesting, when I see her next time.
Yeah.
And one of the other things that you have a passion about is, if I remember correctly, is trains, right?
Oh yeah, I love trains. And one of the things that I did during the pandemic was one of the few things that I could do was visit the Strasburg Railroad in near out near Lancaster, where a lot where the Amish live, which was a little less than an hour from me, and that just a good way to relax for a little bit. And yeah, I've also taken some other cool train trips in throughout the country. And one of the things I would like to eventually do is take a cross country train trip up on Amtrak, getting to go and it's probably will take a good amount of time and a good amount of money. So that's something I definitely. But what I've heard from others definitely worth doing.
Oh, that's good. That's good. So, um, well, I mean, thank you for talking to me today, Jordan. I really appreciate it. And I look forward to hopefully seeing you again soon, maybe in person,
Yeah, definitely. And if you ever want to go to a Cubs Pirates game at PNC Park, I'll be there. I'll be on the turnpike like before you know it.
Oh, that would be cool. So that would be cool. So, well, that wraps up another episode of Amazing Individuals. I hope you enjoyed our conversation with Jordan. Before we end, we would like to remind everyone to make sure and get their COVID vaccines. You're not just doing it for yourself, but you're doing it for the whole world. Stay healthy and stay safe. And remember that people with intellectual disabilities can live successful lives just like other people. So